Good morning. I'm back in the classroom. It's wonderful. We are, as a whole, out of quarantine. I hope everyone's happy and healthy, and we're sending vibes, positive vibes, to all those that need it during this time. Now, it's nice to be back, but we're coming back, and we have NWEA map testing this week. So, while you're in person, you'll be taking your reading and math NWEA testing. For math, um, we won't be doing math in person this week because I want to make sure that we have STEM time. So we're going to make sure we finish up the worms with the Omega group and then start into our coding and our robots. So I will be posting 3 math lessons this week, and they'll be all for when you're at home. So Alpha, you kind of get the benefit because you're home today. So you get today to do this one, Wednesday, and then Friday as well. Omega, you might have to do one over the weekend or manage it somehow. Um, but email me if three's too much. We'll figure it out together. I'm not here to make anybody's life harder, but I do want to get through the content so that we can move on. So today's lesson is adding fractions again, so it shouldn't be too much of a stretch. We're going to go right into the problem set because we're not going to use models now. We're just going to go right into showing it numerically. And I know on my last lesson I started shifting that way, so let's go ahead and show it. Let me minimize my face and put myself down. Oh, cowbell, sorry. Um, let's go. So let's change to our page. Let's zoom in and get my name on this. All right. So the directions say first make like units and then add. So this is where we don't have to draw our models anymore. I'll do A, you do B. Actually, I'll do B, you do A. Um, we'll do B together, then you'll do A by yourself, and we'll kind of work through this problem set like that, on and off. My turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. So I see one, so I'm on B. 1/4 plus 9/8. So I see a fraction smaller than one whole, and then I see we're adding it to a fraction greater than a whole. First thing we want to look at is our units. We have fourths and eighths. So we have to ask ourselves, is there a common multiple? So if you need to draw these or write these out, go ahead. So I'm going to count by my eighths first. 8, 16, and then I'm also going to count by my fours. Now, you might have been able to visualize this right in your head without doing this, and I'm so proud of you if you can. It's one of the reasons why I've been saying learn your multiplication facts. So I see eights are equal and 16s are also a common unit. I shouldn't say equal, but there's common units there. Well, and that makes sense because 4 is a multiple of 8 in itself. So let's use the smallest one. So we're going to use 8. So we don't have to do anything to 9/8, but we do have to do something to 1/4 to get it to eighths. And I like to kind of write it just like that because I'm showing in my brain, I'm going fourths to eighths. And then I just ask myself, well, what did I multiply to the bottom? What did I do to the units to get from 4 pieces of the whole to 8 pieces? And I multiplied by 2. So if I do that to the top as well, I'm going to be left with 2. So now that I can rewrite this sentence. 2/8 plus 9/8. Well, that's going to give us, well, 2 apples plus 9 apples is 11 apples. So we got 11/8. Now, please do not leave it as a fraction greater than a whole. Think about it. You do not have to show me a number bond. I'm just doing this to show you my thinking. I'm going to pull out my wholes, and then I'm going to show what's left. So really my answer is 1 whole and 3/8. Again, you do not need to show the number bond part. You just have to show the number sentence. Okay, so if you don't want to show the number bond, please don't. All right, so now that you guys have the idea of what you're going to do, I'm going to pause it. I'm going to complete A. And while I'm paused, I would like you to attempt A on your own. Um, Actually, before I let you go do it on your own, let me help you figure out a common unit. So let me count by our sevenths: 7, 14, 21, 28. And for fours, let me change colors so we can see that easy. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. Ooh, it's going to be 28s, it looks like. Okay, so there's my little help for you before you pause me. All right, go ahead and try it. All right, I got the next step set up. You can see that I showed that each of these fractions I want to create into 28ths. So I showed what I'm doing to the bottom. And then now I know that because I did that to the bottom, I have to do that to the top. So 7 times 3 is 21. And then 4 times 1 is 4. So I'm adding 21/8 plus 4/8. Let's rewrite that. 21/28 plus 4/28. And really, we're just asking ourselves, what's 21 plus 4? Well, that's 25, but our unit is 28ths. All right, good job. I hope you got that right. Let's go ahead and do D together, and then you can try C on your own. Again, you can always try these on your own, but I'm going to help walk through it. So I see that we have ninths and we have sevenths. I'm going to count by my nines first. I always like to pick the largest digit value or the smallest fractional unit to count up. 30, 20, 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 63. Now 7 is a funky unit, and so it tends to be, it's going to be all the way down there by 63. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 36. Whoops, that's wrong. 35, 42, 49, and 56, and then 63. Whew, those hurt my brain. All right, that's a lot of them. So we're going to be at 63 is the common unit. So we're going to go 4/9 equals something 60/3. I'm going to guess it's 60/3. And we also have 4/7, which we also want it to become 60/3. So what we just have to ask ourselves, what are we doing to get to those units? Well, to get ninths to 60/3, we multiplied by 7. So 4 times 7 is 28. And then down here to get to 60/3, we had to multiply by 9. So 4 times 9 is 36. So to rewrite this sentence, we got 28. Whoops, not 2 eighths. 28 60/3 plus 36 60/3. And oh, my pen's not really working today. I don't really know what that is, so I'm just going to stack and add right here. 14, 64. So that's 64 60/3. Now this is where we can't leave it like that. I can see that there's one whole 63rd, 60/3 or 63 60/3, and that would leave one 64th open. Sorry that got close to that other answer. All right, pause me and go ahead and give a shot for, I don't think you actually need me for the rest of it. I'm not going to keep walking you through it. Go ahead and try your best on these next 3. And I'm going to go ahead and do the work and see what you do. All right. So pause me, try the next 3 on your own, and then come back and check your work. All right. I'm just unpausing real quick to show you the common units that I found. F is a little tricky. Some of us have found that you just multiply the units together and you get that, but it's not always the smallest common unit. So that's why I ask you to count by your multiples. But here's our common units. I'm going to pause again and finish the work. Hope you're on the right track. All right, so I finished the work by showing what I multiplied on the bottom to get those common units and doing that to the top. You only had to rename over here for, whoops, come on, there it is, for our mixed number, 19/12. All the rest were under a whole. So great job today on the lesson. I know that there's a backside to this, or, there's 2 more problems here and some words, but I'm only gonna ask that you do the front side. And then go ahead and get to your exit ticket. Let's just quickly look at that real quick together. Not that many of us stay this long in my videos. So import this, and we can see it's just 2 math problems. All right, go ahead and do that. Submit it when you can this week, and good luck on your NWEA. And all the math lessons for the week will be posted by midday tomorrow. All right, so good job, guys.